if you're in the market to buy and find your next project or investment or, expand the portfolio, it's not waiting for a quarter point, because we were speaking before this, that quarter point drop from, let's say, 6.8 to 6.6, 6.5. We saw a 23% increase in mortgage applications across the US just from a quarter point drop.
Yeah.
That's massive.
On April 13th, Wednesday, April 13th, we set a year-to-date low for mortgage rates, according to Mortgage Business Daily, right around 6.5%, just a tick higher. Then we got the hot PPI reading, and rates have shot higher. We're going to talk with Dustin from Convoy Home Loans and see what is going on with rates and all of that. That was a very hot reading this morning, Dustin.
Yeah, I think I saw somebody on like one of our internal kind of industry blogs being like, that was hotter than a McDonald's coffee.
Yeah.
So,
it's really interesting because you and I have been doing this together for several years now, and it seems to be 2 steps forward, 1 step back, right? We were on clearly a very nice and slowing trend lower, right? We've come down from the high 6.8, 6.9 to just about 6.5, and then we get slapped with PPI, and this just goes back to the consumers, right? How many consumers once again saw rates come down and said, I'm going to wait for them to go lower, and bingo bango, they're no longer going lower. Folks, stop doing that. That's like the 3rd time this has happened to you. What are you doing?
I know, and it's tough, and we always tell people, like, and we've said it who knows how many times on this channel, but if you like it, lock it. And there's different situations for some people that they have to wait for the rate to be at a certain level just to be able to like qualify off their own income and stuff. But if you're in the market to buy and find your next project or investment or, expand the portfolio, it's not waiting for a quarter point, because we were speaking before this, that quarter point drop from, let's say, 6.8 to 6.6, 6.5. We saw a 23% increase in mortgage applications across the US just from a quarter point drop.
Yeah.
That's massive.
No, I talked about it earlier in the week. There was a report out that if rates got down to 6.3, it would bring like 5 million people off the sidelines. And these are just refis. These aren't even purchases.
I know.
And then if you got below 6, watch out. Because again, all we've been doing this year is building up pressure and people waiting on the sidelines for this kind of like gun to go off, that it's safe to get back in the water. And yeah, you're right. The refi demand was crazy. It didn't even go down that much, but to see 23% increase week on week was wild.
No, and I think it's another thing we've spoken about in the past, when you've had rates at such a very stable level for pretty much all year, and you finally see a drop, you're like, all right, now's the time I got to get in. And then that's basically what I think resulted in the 23% increase.
Well, something Jonathan, your partner, and I have been talking about for several weeks now, and I've seen it just take off in the comments, is you have a DSCR product provided by one hedge fund, one I guess buyer, I guess I would call it. That was below 6%. I think it was 5.5% for a long time. Is that still available, or what's going on with that one?
Yeah, it is still available, and obviously with that rate being able to get down to 5.3, even 5.5, like the 5.3 we priced out one yesterday. It was like 1.3 in a buy down. Okay. Now it's very minimal to only pay 1.3 points to get down to 5.3 when most of the market's like high 6s right now for DSCR.
Yeah.
But that hedge fund gave us, here's what we want. We want to fill out an X amount of dollars, and we basically filled it, where now they raised their minimum loan amount, which used to be 150,000, okay, to 300,000 for the loan amount. Okay. So quite a big jump. I was a bit surprised, to be honest, but we can still do, in a lot of situations, if it's like, I'd say 70 or 65%, loan to value, we can get you at 6% flat, right, with no points. So
wow.
If you're comparing, 6 to 5.3 or 5.5, where it's 1.5 points, I've personally been telling clients, unless you're getting a credit from the seller,
and that's the key.
Don't buy down to 5.5. if you can get 6 with no points, so it's going to take you 4 years to recover, and you know,
Yeah.
probably
Yeah,
like
I love that advice. And
yeah.
again, it's a buyer's market in a lot of the country, and I'm hoping people that follow one rental at a time are at least asking for credits. So yeah, if you get the credit, use it. Right? You'd be a fool not to. But if you're not getting it, yeah, I mean, there's plenty of times. I'll tell you this: if it's not a 24-month payback period or better, I'm not doing it. That's
No,
what
I
I
agree.
use.
And
Yeah,
we hear the, and John says it a lot too, or brings it up, but we hear the conversation from a lot of our clients, and I get it, but they're like, I want to pay the maximum amount of points because I want to be able to set it and forget it for as
forget it.
long as
Yeah,
possible.
yeah.
So there's
There's some truth in that. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. If you're going to hold it forever, and this is because again, you don't think rates will go much lower, that I could see the argument, but I would have a tough time stroking that unless the seller was paying for it. But then, by all means,
Oh,
go
saying it,
for
who
it.
cares? Yeah,
Yeah,
do it.
yeah, yeah. The other thing that I think I want to get on record here is obviously we talk about it all the time. If you want to get started with Convoy, reach out, tell them you came from one rental at a time, and the reason you do that is because you either get yourself or your partner Jonathan. What we haven't done in a while is really highlight how cool that is, right? If people don't know this, you're the CEO, Jonathan's the COO. You guys have ownership interest in the company. You also have 50 employees and are running a loan book of 500. So by being an ORaaT fan, you are getting access to the guys, to the head guys. But realize they're not just some schlub in a cube waiting for the phone to ring. They run a really big business. So, sometimes we may have unrealistic SLA expectations. So I just want my audience to know, keep telling them you want to talk with these two guys, but maybe don't have 60-minute SLA expectations. That's on me. I should have highlighted that earlier.
No, and that has nothing in any way, shape, or form of us being, upset or feeling like
Oh
we're
yeah,
getting
no.
the job done, right? But ultimately, we do have a team. Each of us have 4 assistants where, like, if there is a
Jeez.
911, like,
Right.
we can get to it. But if it's just a, hey, I got a question on if this pencils out or not, then, we get back to everybody within 24 hours, no questions
Right.
asked.
Yeah, I love that. And again, I love the fact that you guys keep coming back. I love the fact that you're so flexible. The other thing you guys do that, is you keep getting more and more hedge funds and you get exciting products like this 5-5. You bring it to the channel. The channel loves it, helps you fill the book. And then you go get another one, and then you get another one. And you guys are always looking for new ways to help the audience. So I appreciate that. What are your closing thoughts?
And I kind of wanted to piggyback off that really quick. I'll make it short
Please,
and sweet, where
please.
Convoy is different than most of the, DSCR non-QM kind
Yeah.
of real estate investor lenders, where like we aren't your typical like, hey, call us and then day one or same day we're going to send you a 3-page loan estimate with everything broken down. Because these hedge funds that we try to partner with, we do it to get better rates and better deals. But these hedge funds don't have time for that. They're like,
Yeah.
here's money. If you can get it, get it. I'm not sitting here with a compliance desk. And we understand that it's hard to do business like that. But
Yeah.
all of our repeat clients that come back to us know that by the end of the day, we'll get it done with the cost that we put on
Yep.
our disclosure. It's just not the formal CFPB, TRID, loan estimate, closing disclosure that a lot of people are used to.
Yeah, because again, in order to do that, the speed would slow down, the rates would go higher because all of that compliance costs and all of that. So again, I like the fact that you honor what you say and you do what you say, and the paperwork's not the same that maybe somebody's expecting, but the service is better, the rates are better, so that's all they should care about.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, there you go. So how do they reach out and get started?
Go to convoyhomeloans.com and reminder, make sure if you say where you came from that you click ORaaT, because if you don't, you are not going to
And
get
help
in
you.
touch with John.
There you go. Take care, man. Thanks again.
Thanks, Mike.